Hello friends. I thought this would be a good place to start a reading vlog. I wanted to do a reading vlog because I feel like I'm finally getting out of this reading slump that I've been in. It's like, not like a reading slump where I can't bring myself to read, but I felt like I was hating everything that I was reading. Hated the characters, hated the plot, everything, like multiple genres, nothing was helping. But I feel like I finally broke out of that and I don't really know what did it, but I'm out of it and I'm grateful. So it is currently Tuesday that I'm starting this vlog, so you know, if we lived in a perfect world I would have started at Monday, but I wasn't really thinking about it, so that's fine. So I'm currently reading 2 books, which I don't normally read multiple books at the same time. I'm someone that gets like very attached to a story and the characters, and so it's hard for me to like balance multiple storylines. But right now I feel like I kind of have to, because I am reading City of Heavenly Fire, which is the last book in the Mortal Instruments series, and it is a hard hitter. It's so depressing. I am 174 pages in, and this is like a thick book. I'm reading it on my Kindle. I'm not even 200 pages in and I'm like devastated already. People are dying. Everything looks hopeless. You know, it's just like, as the final book in a season will be like, you know. That's why I'm currently reading another book with this too. I actually just picked this up today because I bought the first one this weekend and devoured it in like an hour. I desperately needed the second one, and that is Heartstopper. So that is what I'm doing right now. I'll update you. This book is so painful. It goes in the freezer because I don't like when my iced coffee is lukewarm. I want it to be iced. Not my best work. I think it's a lost cause. Great, cool. Okay, hello. Good morning. It's morning for me. It's the next morning. Just wanted to check in on a little update of where we're at reading wise. So I finished Heartstopper Volume 2 last night. I knew I would. I was trying to pace myself so hard because these just go so fast because it's a graphic novel, you know? So there's not much to read. Yes, ma'am. Can you guys... Yeah, now she's gonna leave. She's gonna be all mad. Oh, that's a baby. Anyway, you need to just hang out, okay? Can you just hang out and be so nice? Yeah, that's so good. Yesterday I was just in like a very terrible headspace, if I'm being honest. Bad day, big meltdown day. And that happens, and that's fine. And I needed to read this, and that's why I picked it up yesterday, because this is a bright spot in a really trash, terrible world. And it just made me feel better. It gave me like the tiniest slice of hope. I kept reading this and expecting, like every turn I kept expecting like, oh, there's gonna be like a toxic like trope here, like, and there just never was. Like it was just always like the healthy, like best case, like possible scenario. And maybe some people wouldn't like that. Maybe some people want it to be like, I don't even want to say realistic, because I think this kind of like story is realistic and it should be told and it should be normalized. And like, I think it's really important for young queer people and just queer people in general to be able to like see this sort of representation that is just like healthy and like not riddled with like all of these like terrible, like toxic, like things that like do unfortunately happen in real life. But like there should be like safe spaces like too for this sort of thing, you know? If like I get like to read like a heterosexual, like very cozy like romance where everything is fine and nobody like is really terrible or toxic to the other person and they end up together in the end, then like why shouldn't that exist here too, you know? So that's what I love about this series, and I highly recommend. This was easily a 5 stars. Literally no complaints except that it's like too short, you know? Like it just goes by too fast. Just have to get the next 2 at some point. I am trying to not allow myself to buy them right now because I have bought so many books recently and I need to like chill, but you know how that goes. And then I did read a little bit more of Heavenly Fire, City of Heavenly Fire, but like I was saying, I just wasn't in the mood for like real life and fictional life to just be like, boo, bad, trash fire. So not that this is a trash fire book, but like what's happening is not cool and fun. I got to page 199. Couldn't even get to an even 200. That's fine. Yesterday I realized that there is 758 pages in this book. And I think you forget how big books are when you're reading them on Kindle. Obviously, that's not a wild thought that I've just come up with. But yeah, that I read that and I was like, okay, cool. So I think I've resigned myself to like, I'm not trying to power through this. I'm not trying to like get through it as quickly as I can, because I think if I do that, I will put myself in a slump. If I just go, this book is the sole focus, we're not reading anything else, and we're gonna like push through, try to chug it out. That I think is a bad approach. Anyway, I will update you again later. Hello, it is the next day. I did some more reading last night. I'm making coffee. I did some more reading last night with City of Heavenly Fire. Not a ton. I won't lie. I really did not make a ton of progress. I think I need to pick up another book today so I don't feel discouraged. And also, I just need something happier because this book is just like not... It's not gonna be the best for my mental state, I feel like. Things are already just bad. So, yeah. Anyway, let's pick out a new book while that brews. I think I know what I want, but I'll bring you along for the ride. If you watched my summer TBR, this was on there, so I won't talk too much about it, but I think I'm gonna finally pick up this guy right here, The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. My one concern, and maybe perhaps I should not pick this up, but my one concern is that with City of Heavenly Fire, it's obviously like it's contemporary fantasy, but like because it's fantasy, it feels, I don't know. So like this is like a historical romance. So I feel like maybe it's not historical fantasy, but I feel like they're still like too close. And I don't think there's magic in this, but because then it would be fantasy, I suppose. That is the danger with reading multiple books at once and why I don't normally do it. But I have been doing it more recently, and I feel like I read more because I don't feel so like tied to one thing, and I'm such a mood reader that can be difficult. At some point today, I will start this and I will update you. It said fly the house down, and I was like, does that sound like sane? I don't know. And I was like, and I turned to look at the back and like, maybe this is a fantasy. Yeah, fantastical historical romance. I'm a dum-dum. Hi friends. It's been a minute. I'm trying to think of when I last updated. I think it was a couple days ago. Yeah, it's currently Sunday. I was busy this weekend because my little sister graduated from high school, so I was busy traveling for that and going to that, but we got home today and I've just kind of been chillaxing the last couple hours, but I thought I should probably give a reading update, and I should probably read City of Heavenly Fire progress. Here we are. So I'm almost 50% through City of Heavenly Fire, and it is so good. I was trying not to go into the book with super high expectations because it's the last of the series, and I just feel like if you put too much on it, it's just not gonna be, it's just not gonna wrap up the way you want it to. So went with low expectations, and also I'm reading this, like, I read the first, how many, 4? Yeah, I read the first 4 of the series like months ago. I like literally read them back to back to back, like within like 2 weeks. I think I like devoured those books, and the last couple were just like not doing it for me, and I was like, okay, maybe we need to take a break because I don't want to like hate the end of this series because I really love the series. So I'm glad I did that and came back to it because I'm loving it. That's the update there. Will I finish this book in this vlog? Almost, I can say with almost certainty, I can say this with almost complete certainty, no. Because like I've said before, I don't want to rush this book. I just don't want to. And then like you guys saw in the last clip, I think I picked up this book, The Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels by India Holton. And I got through the first chapter. I don't know. It's not bad. It's not what I was expecting. This book is, and I'm a dummy, it literally says on the back, this book is part fantasy. It's a historical, fantastical romance. That's literally what it says on the back. I just can't read, apparently. Mixed reading vlog, can't read. This is the issue with the book. This book is that I know that in the right mood, I will love it, or at least I hope so. And I really liked the writing and like the characters just in the first chapter, but I just can't get into it. And here's the thing, is that I just keep thinking like all I want to read right now is the last 2 volumes of Heartstopper. And I told myself I wasn't gonna buy them. I told myself I was gonna wait. But like, I feel like if that's what my heart desires, then that's what maybe I should do. So it's currently almost 7 o'clock on Sunday, which means Barnes & Noble is closed, but Target is not, and they have volumes 3 and 4 in stock, and they're even cheaper at Target than they would be at Barnes. So I think what we need to do is just do a little to Target and get the last 2 and read them because I want to. Of course I did get what I went for. Hell yeah. So this is volume 3. It's so freaking so cute. And then volume 4, which is actually like a decent size. It's bigger than the rest. It's so cute. Look at the little hearts. And my hearts, I'm not ready. I'm not, like, I want to read it and I don't want it to be over. It needs to be, and like, it's a series that it could be endless. It could be endless. So I wanted to give a quick update. You know, we went and got the last 2 Heartstopper books last night. I did finish volume 3 last night, and I have started volume 4 this morning. So not too far in. I'm like, the hard thing is that I'm trying to pace myself because I don't want it to be over, but I also know that this is all I want to read, so I feel like I can't deny myself, otherwise I'm not gonna read anything else. I might as well read these. I just feel like when I read these, there's absolutely nothing to critique. There's nothing that I don't like or that I want more of. Like every single book that I've read so far has just been like great, just like totally great.
And they have that 5-star feeling. They have that like feeling that you're like, oh. All I will say is just look up the trigger warnings for the last 2 books. I think the way that everything has been described so far is very, very responsible, respectful. So I will say that, but I also, those aren't my like triggers, so I can't really speak to that. So look up the trigger warnings. I still very, very much recommend the books, but you know, take care of yourself and look up those things. I have not read any more of City of Heavenly Fire or Wisteria Society, but we'll probably read more of this today. I'm just having a hard time wanting to pick this up right now. And I think once I'm done with the Heartstopper series, maybe that will be easier to pick up. I'm gonna do some more reading today over lunch. For now, I have some work to do. Boo. But yeah, over lunch, hopefully I can go outside and like read for a little bit. So that's the update. Reading check-in time. I'm like a little over halfway in volume 4 of Heartstopper. And tell me why the book I choose to like be a break from like a more sad book. It's so sad. There's a lot of conversations about mental health in this book, in this volume, and like being there for somebody that's going through like a rough time with their mental health. And it's just so, I just wish that I would have had this book when I was like these characters' ages, like when I was in high school, middle school. Like this is just such like a perfect, comforting like demonstration of like, that's okay, like to not be okay, and like how to be there for someone. And it's just so realistic, but also like, I don't want to say idealized, but like the story is told in a way that I think would be really, really helpful for younger people. I mean, even people my age to see. And it's just really touching. That's the word. I don't know if it's sad. I mean, what's happening for one of the characters is sad, and he's having a hard time. But I think overall the story is touching because of just the way it's told and the support that is like that the other characters are giving. That's the update. I'm on page 228. Anyway, I'm gonna read some more, and I'm definitely gonna finish this book today, but just wanted to give that update. Hello, what's up? It is Tuesday, so it's officially been a week since I started this reading vlog. So that means I am going to be wrapping it up. But first, let's do a little breakdown of everything that I read this week and my final thoughts and feelings on everything. Starting off, well, first of all, I decorated my Kindle, and tell me that's not so stinking adorable. We got Magnolia, Parks and Daisy Hates Representation, T Swift, and then these cute little postcard ones. I had to get this one because it looks like my cat, Kinky. So we got about halfway through City of Heavenly Fire. Actually, I can show you what it looks like. Here's this bad boy. Like, that's how far we got. Maybe not quite halfway. Really enjoying that so far. Bummed that I didn't finish it and don't have like more of an update for you, but that one's it's just gonna take me a while and I don't want to rush it, like I've said a million times. I have read literally not a word more of Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. We got 10 pages in, read the first chapter, didn't pick it up again. It's not bad, and I will make myself read this. I'm just not in the mood for it. I'm just not feeling it. But let's talk about what we were successful with, and that was 2, 3, and 4 volumes of Heartstopper. I freaking love this series so much. I love it so much. And literally last night I went on Goodreads to like rate the last one, and there are 2 more volumes coming. I thought that this was it. I thought that there's no more left, let alone 2 more left. So that's exciting. Literally every single one, 5 stars. Oh, I finished this last night. Did I even say that? I finished this one last night. I don't think I've updated since then. But yeah, 5 stars. I think volume 2 is a really great conversation about coming out on your own time, on your own terms. Love it. Really, really great. And I think that follows into volume 3 really well. I really liked like all of the other friendships that were shown in this book as well. It was really cool to see that, and I love found family so much. So this was really great, and it's set in Paris because they're on their school trip, and I just thought that was cute. This is probably the least standout one to me, but it was still great and still 5 stars. I don't really have complaints. I think it's just the least maybe impactful one for me personally. And then volume 4, this one blew me out of the water. This one was so impactful, and I was not expecting it. I think the conversations in this book, specifically surrounding mental health and eating disorders, is really impactful. It really breaks down that shame of like mental illness and like relying on other people. It really shows like how to be there for a friend or a loved one that is going through those struggles. And on the flip side, if you are the person going through those struggles, like knowing that you're not alone and that it's like okay to go through these things and take the time to take care of yourself. So incredible. Like, I cannot say enough good things about this book, about this series. Highly recommend. And I'm so excited for volumes 5 and 6. So this is my week of reading. Don't let it fool you though, because we didn't read all of it, but oh, hi King. So that was my week of reading. Thank you so much for tuning in and going along the journey with me. Let me know if you've read any of these, what your thoughts were, and I will see you in the next one. No bajo.